Hello everyone, it's Wembley here, and we got two things for you today. Now the first one, I'm not sponsored by Glowstick Entertainment, just quickly, I don't have a sponsor, I've only got 160 tips. But the first thing we're going to cover is this. Glowstick Entertainment want 10,000 people to add Of Monsters and Mortals to their wish list. The reason for this is this will get onto Steam's most wished listed list, and that will allow obviously the game to get more people joining in, getting involved in the Dark Deception world. So please, if you're watching this and you're a fan of Dark Deception, please on Steam just go onto Of Monsters and Mortals, just type in Dark Deception, find Of Monsters and Mortals, and you see this little wish list button, do it. Thank you. And also hit the subscribe button, please, and the like button. Thank you. Now, this has been a very popular video request for me, so I have been asked to watch the Dark Deception Notorious P.I.G SFM version. Now, from what I've been told, it's the exact same rap as the Notorious P.I.G, obviously, but the video itself gives a lot more into what's going to expect from the level with Hangry. So we're going to watch this one. We're going to, again, this one I'm going to be talking a lot more throughout it, and we're going to focus less on the rap and more on the footage we see. So let's get into it. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. So we know what the rap is at this point. We've seen footage of this before, and this is something that's really interesting. I've seen this footage before. Basically, Hangry goes through doors. We've seen no evidence of him going through walls, which I alluded to, but he does seem to go through doors. And from what we've seen, from what we've seen of that clip, he seems to yell every time he goes through a door. So, at the moment, I have a theory that he either starts fast and you have to shut the doors to slow him down, or he is slow and every time you shut the doors or he goes through a door, he picks up speed. Anyway, we'll get back into it now. We'll skip the... Oh dear, that's the thumbnail photo, and it's horrifying at the same time. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's weird, but fair play. Right, anyway. Lovely. So, something else about this, again, I don't want to get too much into the rap itself, so we're going to just kind of slowly skip through, just make sure we don't miss anything. Because a lot of this, at the moment, is just animation of Hangry singing to us, but we're not seeing much in the terms of the footage I was hoping for. Something I keep finding very interesting is Hangry. Now, for those who... for some reason, you probably all don't know what hangry is. It's a term people use when they're hungry and angry. So when you're hangry, you're hungry and having food will make you better, essentially. Which is, his whole name alludes to this whole persona, as, like we said. Maybe then, with the whole him picking up speed, maybe he gets hungrier. And then the hungrier he gets, the faster he gets in trying to catch you. So maybe in a way there is a time, I don't want to say a time that you've got to beat the level in, but he might, we'll say, start off at a very, very slow pace and eventually picking up speed faster and faster until he's faster than you, and shutting the doors will slow him down a bit and reset this timer. But then he's going to keep picking up speed until he eventually catches you, which would be a very interesting concept, because you've got to get around the level fast as he picks up pace.
Make it mortal chilly. Powder up a batch, blood is stuck on my machete. Got smells on smells, senses going off the rails. Dropping biddies off your body like I'm cooking up spells.
Again, with the word, we have the word art clouds and pennies. What's with the word art ribs? What is that?
Mike Tyson, step into my ring, fine dining. Cook off, dry rub, and I'm hot. When the rabbit says get him, I go straight through the wall.
Right. Straight through the wall. That's an interesting bit. We haven't seen any footage to show Hangry is able to go through walls. We don't know what the map looks like, so we don't know if there's going to be any adjoining corridors. Because normally in the Dark Deception maps, there are gaps in terms of between the corridors. It's not one wall to separate two corridors. But if he does get the ability to do that or go through certain points in the wall, that will be very interesting as well, like the doors.
You is what I'm after. I'm a pork chop, you turn, you cadaver. Hangry got a thing for them dope meats. Yeah, it's butter in your mouth like cold beef. So cold to the center of my...
Okay, back, rewind.
I'm a pork chop.
Right, this is interesting. So there's a shut door, and he punches it. But the other reason that's... Okay, yeah, so he punches in the most rabbit-like punch. Here. Something very interesting about that, he doesn't seem to slow. He doesn't slow. That's one fluid movement, the punching going through the door. So my whole thought of maybe it's slowing him down may be wrong. But then, yeah, he doesn't slow down there. Oh, okay, what's this? Hang on. I didn't see that before. Maybe it's changed. So here... Interesting. Here... It's not just the door that's going. The door frame is still there. But the wall is what goes. He breaks... There. So he's punching, but he's breaking the wall and the door. Whereas the previous one we saw, by the looks of what we saw... Unless it's on the other side. But this... Oh no. It looks like it is the same animation, just on the other side, but it's not. Okay. I was going to say maybe if he gets angrier, it's more destructive, but... That is interesting. There's obviously a mechanic behind it. There's got to be a mechanic behind it. I mean... You think of Agatha with the doors, she teleported through the doors, which obviously slowed her down. In fact, we've not really had many levels where doors have come to play into it. Agatha's the only one. The doors in Stranger Sewers weren't really doors, they were gates that lifted, and they were designed to slow you down. You couldn't... I don't think you could shut them after. And then in the Crazy Carnival, we haven't had any doors. So this is like the first true incorporation, apart from Agatha, the first true incorporation of doors into a level. Which is interesting. But it doesn't seem to be... I personally think it will be either the doors slow him down slightly, and he's going to keep getting faster as you shut the... So you have to shut the doors. Otherwise, this is the other thing. What's the difference? We haven't really seen... Like, if the door's open, does he just walk through it? Or does he, like, still take the door off? Like, and there's got to be a reason he's taking the door off. Because if it was a case of you shut the door and he loses line of sight, then it could be that. Could be that. Could be that you have to shut the doors to make him lose line of sight of you to get away. But then he smashes the doors, so that ability is removed from you. So as he gets faster, the ability to lose sight of him is, or him to lose sight of you, sorry, is reduced significantly, which means it'll be harder to get away. The only other thing with this level, though, is I don't know how quickly he's going to turn around, but he does look like he could be very much fooled, the same as the monkeys, by a teleport behind him. Right, so that's the end of the rap. We'll go a little bit more through it, see if there's anything we can pick up to theorise. Tell you what, just before we go, we're going to have a quick look at the Hangry leaked footage.
What you looking at?
Right, so, first thing I want to pick up here is look how fast he's moving just as the door opens. He's not running. He is very slow. He is very slow. He looks like he's like Agatha walk pace. And then he picks up the pace as soon as he sees him. Now, there's a crystal here, which if it just means that someone has essentially just for the purpose of this clip stuck the player here with him there just to show it off a bit, then maybe it could be. But he is very slow, and then you got the voice line, what you looking at, and then he comes through the door. Now, here's something interesting. He doesn't shut the door, does he? No, he doesn't. He opens the door, and he doesn't shut it. But he breaks the door. But he also goes, "Arr!" He makes an exclamation to this. Now, that exclamation is going to change when he goes through the second door. Grunt there. Third door. So you can hear him by the sounds of it getting angrier. And I'm not going to time for the purpose of this, the time between each door, but particularly here, when he turns, he does seem to be getting a little bit faster. I can't get the clip of. There he is. He does seem to be getting a little bit faster. But when the door shuts as well... Ooh! Okay, hang on. He does slow down on the second one. By the looks of that. That does look like it stalls him just the tiniest bit, but that might just be because he's round in the corner. But that's very interesting. But that's all I've got from this reaction footage. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you liked this episode. Again, if you've watched this, don't forget to leave an idea in the comments of anything you want to see me do, whether that's Plasmophobia, while we're waiting for Of Monsters and Mortals to come out, and we're waiting for Chapter 4. Don't forget to go hit like on Of Monsters and Mortals on the Steam, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Love you all dearly. See you in the next one.